Howdy guys, and welcome to the preview of the Adelaide and Geelong clash at Adelaide Oval. Going to be an absolutely massive game here, and winner goes through to the grand final, if I even have to say that. So, look, going to be absolutely huge. Can't wait for it. So excited. More excited than I was probably about a week ago, since it didn't look like we were no chance against Sydney, and we got the chocolates convincingly. And face a red-hot Adelaide, who have had the week off and had two in, I guess, a month. So it'll be very interesting to see how it plans out in that way. And looking back to last year, none of the two winning qualifying finalists actually got through to the grand final, which is unprecedented, I guess, stuff there. So, look, it'll be so intriguing to see if that will pan out that way this year. Will any of the sides that won week one go through to the last week? You'd expect them, but that's footy. You just never quite know. And we'll have a bit of a look at the Cats here. So we've got I do have my tips as well. Pretty similar to this as well. I guess it'd be just a bit more in-depth stuff here. So feel free to check out the tips as well if you want a lesser like version of this. So we have a look. We've only lost to them once since 2013. That was early this year at Adelaide Oval. We didn't have a great night. Adelaide had a pretty good night there. Can open that one up, but yeah, look, everyone was like, "Oh, Geelong don't have a plan B," or "Geelong are no good," against good sides. Have a look at this result here. Earlier in the year at Simmons, it's the same result except it's reversed around, and we kicked pretty poorly that night as well, so we could have won by even more. And yeah, look, we weren't great. I guess in that round we didn't tag Sloan, well, not hard tag anyway. He absolutely dominated. That first quarter, as we can see here, will be massive, and that is basically where the game is won and lost. And we found wanting in the clearances as well. We had Paddy up forward, and that didn't work because we weren't getting the ball to him. Obviously, that'll be another talking point as well. But I think Adelaide should go in reasonably comfortable here, but I think it will. I think we're still a slight chance. We're playing a game, and it'll just be huge. It's going to be one of the great preliminary finals, and I hope it is, and I hope we get the job done, but have to be realistic here. I think Adelaide will get the win here, but you look at some of the key matchups. They don't have the teams out yet because I'm doing this too early, but to have a rough gauge, it'll be Talia on Hawkins. He's done a really good job against him in many occasions. Midge McGovern will be out as well for the Crows, it appears to be. It's not 100% confirmed in stone, but it seems pretty unlikely they will play. So that will hurt their tall stocks, interestingly enough. But Eddie Betts and Bewes will certainly be a big matchup there. I think Bewes has done pretty well. I think Betts has only kicked 2 goals in the last 4 games. So see how I go there. That'll be another sight to see there as well. I guess, yeah, Taylor, will he play forward? Will he play back? I hope he plays back. He certainly should be playing back, and it's so obvious that he's so much better there, and we look much more balanced as a group. Lonergan will come back in. You would expect Stanley will probably make way. And Cockatoo's also another player that's vying for contention to come back in. Parsons would seem like the likely swap. It would be between him, Lang, or Guthrie, depending on where they expect those players to potentially be playing. But I'd say for like, you'd be going for Parsons. As far as the Crows go, I don't think they'll be making too many changes, except for Sloan will probably be an absolute lock. He'll be in. Won't be keeping him out this time, so I think late inclusion, I might have to go back to week 1. I think it was, I can't even remember, was it Hugh Greenwood? Yes, I think he came in, and I think I've gone to the wrong game there, so go back another week. Once the AFL site decides to load, alright, let's have a look, and this will basically tell me who was out and who was in. Adelaide. And Brodie Smith, of course, injured for the season. That's massive news. So Season has to really step up there as well. Replacement there. So he might simply come in for Brodie Smith. And Hugh Greenwood, yeah, I'm very sure it was him that came in, because it was either Greenwood or Scotty Thompson. I don't think Scotty Thompson was too likely, unfortunately. So it might be a straight swap there. Big, yes, a big responsibility for Paul Season there. To have that kick out at the back 50, but this game will be certainly won and lost in the midfield. Most games are, but the Crows dominated the Cats last time in this area, and that's our defence couldn't set up as they normally would like to. And once the Crows get that midfield dominance, they tend to just run and carry, and they put a lot of headaches on the opposition because they can get in behind the defence if there's not enough pressure on the ball carrier. That's for most teams, but Adelaide especially highlight it and are one of the best at it with their transition and their back 50 to forward 50 transition, depending on pressure, can be quite devastating as well. The Cats have done well against them in the past with nullifying that, and which is why they've had that sort of spare defender behind the ball, or that the positioning where they have a certain zone that doesn't allow the Crows to move the ball as well as they'd like to. But all depending on the pressure the Cats give. If they can match it with the Crows in the midfield, if not beat them, I think Geelong win. Simple as that. Dangerfield, I reckon, has to play forward. Whether he starts there or not, I'm not too sure. Maybe start him on the bench just to throw a few spanners in the works there for the Crows. But they'll probably be expecting him to go full forward straight away. So it'll be interesting to see what Scotty does. And he was spot on where he said wherever he plays it won't surprise him. So it was only going to really be in two spots, let's be honest. So yeah, from an Adelaide perspective, I guess the extra week off will be really, defining in how they come out and how they play, really. It'll be very hot in the first 5-10 minutes, as most finals are, but I think it's going to be a massive start. And again, if Geelong are in it at quarter time, I think they win, but purely being at Adelaide Oval, it's a massive home ground advantage for them. They're incredibly tough to beat there. I think they've only lost 7 or 8 games under Don Pike at Adelaide, and they haven't lost many games in general. So look, they're under Don. So look, they're going to be a very tough outfit. They're so balanced on all the lines. Just Geelong need a massive effort from everyone, really. They need a similar output to last week against the Swans, if they are any chance, really. And I think if the Crows come up to play after that week off, they've had 2 in a month, and that can sometimes cause a few issues. Has so far 0-2 from the sides that have won the qualifying finals under the final system. But look, I think, I don't know. I just think Adelaide are just a better side, and a better side at home. I think it'll be very tough to say we could beat them. They're just so well rounded, as I've said. But look, those are my thoughts on a bit of a preview. I think a bit of a player matchup, how I think the game will go, and sort of where it'll be won and lost. It'll be massive. It'll be massive. So I think the Crows by around 4 goals. I reckon they'll get the job done, but I'll certainly give us a massive chance as well. If we can replicate that Sydney game, certainly look out the Crows. But it'll be Paddy versus Adelaide, and I can't wait to watch it Friday night, and it's going to be awesome. So I hope you enjoyed the preview, guys, and feel free to comment any thoughts you have about the game, what you expect, and what you reckon is going to happen, and that'll be good. Thanks for hanging around, subscribe away, and I'll catch you guys all next time.